And we are back, folks. Welcome once again to another session of all of the latest issues, hot issues, panas, anything that has been happening in our beloved country, Malaysia. Mio Adlan here once again, together with you, accompanying you on this glorious Friday afternoon. And as always, last week I tak buat sebab I tak ada. But of course, it's Friday. I say it's Friday. Yes, it is Friday, folks. It is definitely the last day of the week for you guys to actually work kepada yang tak kerja over the weekend lah kan. But whatever it is, we would like to wish you guys happy upcoming weekend, obviously, for each and every one of you. Masa untuk you all relax, masa untuk you all santai, masa untuk you all find that serenity and calmness wherever it is that you can. Okay, and don't forget to make sure download the famous and the useful and the magic of the ACTnow mobile community app, because why? That particular app can actually help you out in a lot of different ways for you to lodge a report for whatever it is that's happening in your community. Mouse breeding, mosquito breeding, kereta parking tak betul, pokok dah nak tumbang, dangerous things that could happen in your community that has not been addressed yet, because why? ACTnow mobile community app is attached to 155 local agencies around the area, and they would be able to help you out as much as you can. And one person, obviously, who is always in a serenity mode, yang sentiasa tenang dan sentiasa aman, ladies and gents, Melvin Lam. Hey, Melvin, what's up?
Well, I'm not selalu calm. Even though probably the times I'm calm is when we have our Dear ACTnow program. At least 3 times, 3 evening in the week, I'm very calm.
Yeah, correct. Sebab kalau you all nak tahu sebenarnya, our fellow viewers, if you guys want to know, there's actually a new show that we have actually published. Not actually new, but it's actually another variation of it, which is called Dear ACTnow in 3 different languages. We got English version, we got Mandarin version, we got Bahasa Malaysia version.
That's right.
Kalau you all nak tenang, you all nak dengar apa masalah yang dikongsikan dengan rakyat jelata sebenarnya, anyone who's out there, they can actually watch our show, which happens on Monday, on Wednesdays, as well as on Thursdays at 9 p.m. live on this platform. And if you guys are...
That show is actually tell us when we heard of some other people issues, we feel that how lucky we are, at times.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I say it is after the show, I feel that I'm not too bad.
Exactly. Other people, they may have gone through a lot more than what we personally have gone through. So it is actually a good show for you guys to actually know what is happening out there dengan masalah-masalah yang orang hadapi. So at least we can learn from that. At least we can actually take it into our daily lives and try to be the best version that we possibly can. And also just nak bagi tahu, kalau you all nak tengok Mio Adlan a bit subdued, a bit relaxed,
Subdue.
a bit more chill, you can actually watch that show because I tak adalah se-hyper
Hey,
macam hari sekarang. You tahu tak? Lain sikit.
your sound, your voice is very different. You're so merdu, like you are
Ah,
like talking to a bird, canaries. Try to tackle the bird from the tree to fly down to you.
dia
Is this
dia
how
dia
you
ada
caught
cara
your
dia.
wife?
Oh, you tak tahu sebenarnya cara sebenarnya Mio Adlan mendapat. No, okay, I don't want to go there. I don't really want to go there. It's fine. We leave that for another day as well. So let's just jump into what we want
Okay.
to talk about today. Because today it is a very serious matter that we want to bring out. But before we address that, we also want to wish all of our fellow viewers, thank you so much, guys, for coming on to our show. As always, we got Nick, we got Dadian, Daniel, we got Fabian.
Yeah.
You know, everyone out there, thank you so much for always supporting us, and make sure you guys click that share button and give us a like as well for, everyone to watch our shenanigans, at least, or at least how we present the latest news that's happening all around Malaysia. Coming back to the first topic at hand, I nak cerita dengan you sikit, Melvin, and to all our fellow viewers, how it was for me when I had the opportunity to go abroad during the COVID time, because I was working down in Tokyo back in 2021. You know the process that I had to go through. I kena apply my travel pass. I kena pastikan I'm fully vaccinated. I kena ambil PCR test, 3 PCR tests before I could actually get onto the flight. And then bila I balik, I kena make sure juga I ambil my PCR test and whatnot. Apa yang I nak highlight dekat sini is that it is very troublesome, and it is very orang kata apa, detailed in the fact that, before I could leave the country, a lot of things that I need to check in regards of requirements. I kena make sure I buat PCR test. I kena make sure I sihat. I kena make sure, yang paling penting, I'm fully vaccinated. So those are the things that I had to go through previously. But having said that, it has been reported by sources out there that they have been a bit of a, how should I say, miracle sebenarnya, kerana apa, it has been reported that some people yang baru saja pulang daripada tanah suci Mekah, yang telah mengerjakan umrah ataupun yang pulang dari Saudi Arabia, daripada Arab Saudi, they actually came back. And unfortunately, they got infected with COVID-19, the new variant of Omicron, which is not a joke, obviously. And it was already found out that some of them are not vaccinated. Melvin, what the heck is going on?
I don't know what the heck, but I hope, just to start off with, the 117 imported Omicron variants cases as of January 4th, a few days ago, revealed that 17 of them have no vaccination record. So it's actually more than 10%. Means that, if someone have not vaccinated, we still go through the test. If we are not positive, fine. But it doesn't mean that person is vaccinated. But more than 10% just from the pool of 117 detected Omicron, 17, more than 10% has actually no vaccination records. It means that no certificates. You look at the My Sejahtera and all those things, there's no certificates at all. How do they get on board? How did they get to manage to fly overseas? So this case has been detected. I'm asking now, YBKJ is saying that it's violation SOP. That's definitely very obvious. But I'm asking, how from the day that we can fly, how many percent actually has not been vaccinated but went through all this? I went to Penang, that was early December. Even domestic flight, I have to show my how many times I have to show my Sejahtera, my yeast certificates and all these things. Even at last minute, I have to go on board. I have to show. That's I did 3-4 times. But these people manage. This is a lot of suspicious.
Melvin,
How
seriously,
people benefits from it.
Actually, Melvin, just to continue on what you have just said, bukan saja waktu you nak naik flight sebenarnya, you nak pergi Speedmart 99 pun you kena tunjuk yang you are vaccinated. Apatah lagi you nak naik pesawat, you nak naik aeroplane untuk pergi, not just internal flight, you're talking about external, international flight, going abroad. And as mentioned here by Nick, Yeah, many loopholes. Yeah, we want to talk about these loopholes.
Yeah.
We want to talk about how can these people actually go through the security system, the vigorous points of check-in that
Mm.
each and every one of these passengers had to go through. There's a lot of conspiracies out there. There's a lot of orang kata apa, pertuduhan, allegations that can be made up. So
Mm.
that's what we want to talk about here. I mean, like I think a lot of people are saying that you know I mean, there could be, again, in my way of thinking is that mungkin the travel agent berjaya menipu pihak kerajaan ataupun pihak berkuasa for them to leave the country to get themselves outside of the country, regardless lah, because
Obviously,
we're not saying that they are going to Arab Saudi saja, pergi ke tanah suci Mekah saja. They could have gone to UK, they could have
yeah.
gone to Brazil, they could have gone to anywhere else. But what we want to discuss here, that dia boleh lepas international gates to fly. I rasa travel agent juga memainkan peranan penting about these things, Melvin.
I think it's not just the travel agents; it's a syndicate,
Mm,
right?
yeah,
Like it or not, means how could I mean, it has to be a syndicate from the point you buy the tickets to the point that you bought. Everything is protected,
yeah,
you know. So the government have to look into this, not just YBKJ. Is any who are these people behind?
yeah,
You know, uh, now we have 17 of them that is unvaccinated. From this 17, they actually can dig in further from where they bought the tickets, from which agents. You have to go and review all this to us. It's a public interest. No more, you cannot hide away from us because we have suffered enough for last 2 years.
yeah,
You know, and
correct.
I think I really proud YBKJ. I think he will be the man soon.
Mhm,
All right, he actually, I mean, voiced it up.
yeah,
You know, so but I hope it doesn't stop there.
mhm,
That's not a mere indoor uh, so-called ask the officer indoor, just ask 10 question and query and then hope to settle case, which is quite recent. What happened? I don't want to mention the case, which is
mhm,
such a serious case, but it's just like our indoor, in-house queries, or okay, and then the outcome, I'm satisfied with the answer. No, we have to make it an independent study.
yeah.
Queries.
And the bad thing is right now as well, as much as you and I, again, we have been advocates for YBKJ, the good job that he has been doing. I mean, in comparison with other ministers out there, but unfortunately, with this thing happening, his ministry, which is the health ministry, Kementerian Kesihatan, has been getting a lot of backlashes, because at the end of the day, it is under his responsibility. These people, because when it comes to Majlis Keselamatan Negara obviously plays a role as well, but everything else goes back to him, because he's the one who set the parameters, set all of the SOPs, and the fact that these SOPs are not being conducted as what it should be, now it is endangering everyone else. Because again, kalau you setakat demam sesama saja tak
Yeah.
apa, but 17 confirmed Omicron cases being imported in, that is an alarming rate, Melvin.
Yeah. I mean, yes, I mean, the Omicrons can be affecting everyone, even you're vaccinated or even probably you have booster, but discovering 17 people
Yeah,
are not vaccinated, able to buy air tickets and fly internationally and come back. How many of such cases in the past that's not discovered?
yeah,
Right. So the question is, who are these people? The syndicates have to be reviewed, have to be severely punished, because we have suffered enough for the last 2 years. We have also suffered a major because of the floods. Everyone has been suffered. We can't have another. No, we have so many. I mean, for the last 2 years,
yeah,
one after another, we can't have any more. I think YBKJ, if you have been slashed, you. I think he's great, even though he might be unfavorable to certain party, but the riot is behind you.
mhm,
He has
yeah,
actually live out. I mean, Umrah have to be stopped,
mhm, yeah,
right? A lot of people, the travel agencies make noise to him, make appeal to the governments, and what they say, I can remember it rightly. The Umrah associations, right? Say, oh, have a stricter SOP. You could have the strictest SOP, but who are these culprit? You don't
Yep.
follow,
Correct.
isn't it?
So as of right now, it is true that the pilgrimage ataupun mereka yang ingin mengerjakan umrah, mereka terpaksa diberhentikan perjalanan mereka because of the fact that these things are happening. Ni yang I paling tak puas hati sebenarnya. You're talking about 99% of the community who are very diligent, who are very proper, who follows all the rules and everything. But this 1% of people yang hanya memikirkan tentang keuntungan, yang hanya memikirkan tentang selfishness, these are the culprits who are making a lot of trouble for everyone else, and I just want to smack them in the head and just make them realize of their wrongdoings.
I think if you watch this movie, I know drama, Hellbound, Korean drama. If you did something wrong,
You are okay drama, okay?
you'll be punished. So-called, there will be a laser that zap on you and you will be burned out.
Yeah, I mean, again, I mean, it's unfortunate. Imagine people like yourself and me. I mean, like, we've been following the rules. We've been, abiding by all of the rules and regulations, all the SOPs. Tapi the minuscule, the small number of people yang mana yang tak nak dengar cakap, yang mana think that they're above the law, that they can get away with things, and then ended up menyusahkan everyone else. They are just freaking irritating and just not human. I mean, they're not even humans because they don't think of others. Itu
So
masalahnya.
these 17 people who obviously is anti-Westerner, so what they got it too. They strongly believe that they won't get it.
Yeah.
And these 17 people, if it's not detected, they have it, they carry back. What happened before this case? I mean, this few days before this case, those people who come back, they actually have to be 7 days. They have to bounce, isolated themselves in a house and not to come out. They actually came out and visit friends, relatives.
Itu yang risau tu sebenarnya. Itu yang kita takut tu.
So like Mio, you spent 14 days, right? Not 7 days. Now it's 7 days. You actually have to also 14 days in a hotel. Professor 7 days in his own house, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So he was. I mean, we so-called you and both of you straightly were abiding the SOP.
Yeah.
You did not even step a foot out from the house, so-called.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
So what these people came back and then probably they bought some souvenirs, so eager to go out and boast their trip, probably their friends, their relatives, and all these things.
Tapi masalahnya Marvin, souvenir yang dia bawa balik tu I tak nak. Dia bukannya bawa balik kitchennya, dia bawa balik penyakit. So that's the thing that we don't want.
Well, you got back from Omicron. Fresh Omicron.
Again, I want to make a disclaimer here because again, me obviously being a Muslim, again, I believe memang sangat-sangat percaya, memang sangat-sangat digalakkan sebenarnya untuk setiap umat Islam mengejarkan umrah sebanyak mana yang mereka boleh, and also obviously haji pilgrimage that happens once a year. Umrah you can do it more often or not. It can be once a month. It can be as many times as you can as long as you mampu. But what I'm trying to say is that you cannot be selfish in thinking that I nak pergi buat umrah. I don't care about everybody else. Let me just go because it's between God and myself. I want to bring myself close to God. Yes, I faham. Tapi you juga kena faham. You have to also understand that at the end of the day, if you are the source of a disease, or if you're a source of contraction in regards of COVID-19, then you're not really thinking about everyone else. You're just thinking about yourself, being selfish, and just think about your own needs, which is not what God has intended human beings to be, regardless of whatever culture or whatever race or whatever religion that you are, because that's not what God promotes. That's not what God wants you to be. At the end of the day, God wants prosperity and wants everyone to be in the pinkest of health, to be proper and to be nice towards each other. And that's the last thing that He, the Almighty, wants, is for you to be selfish and only think about yourself. Tengok tiba-tiba I dah jadi ustaz pula ni. Tahulah hari Jumaat kan.
No, you say it so right. You say it so right. Right.
Yeah.
So if God forbid us to be selfish.
Yeah, exactly. So okay. Right. Hence why we want to talk about the second topic right now, because why? We want to remind people outside there that it is very, very important first of all, for you to be vaccinated. And now it is also very, very important for you guys to get your booster shot. But it has been reported that
Yeah.
sebab ramai sangat orang pergi walk-ins, there's no more walk-ins for booster. You can't literally go and walk into a health facility to get yourself your booster shot, but you need to go by appointment because of the fiasco that has happened previously. Thousands of people storming into health centers to get their booster shots, and it was really crazy, Melvin.
Yes, I think one of our co-founders actually queued up for a few hours in a mall to get his
Mm,
turn. So I mean, it's not wise. Like the hospital that your wife deliver.
yep,
Also, you saw that incident that people jam up the whole hospital. You will have a nightmare. I don't know. When I see such that, should I enter the hospital? You know, is it
yeah,
for convenience? That anything
well,
happens in this station
yeah,
there? But now it has stopped. It's a good thing, and more PPVs, mega PPVs will be reopening.
mhm,
Right, starting from Klang Valley, I believe. The place that we use, the World Trade Center, is already will be opened up from Jan 15 onwards,
yeah,
and I hope YBKJ will open more PPVs, mega PPVs, to cater for the third booster because um, earlier he reported he wants the durations to be
mhm,
shortened within 3 months for your booster
yeah,
shots.
exactly.
Yeah. So it's great. I mean, having more PPVs is great. And then he actually at now. I mean, YBKJ is at now very fast because he stopped the Umrah from Jan 8. He opened up more PPVs from Jan 15, and he actually say if he didn't do that, he will expect 30,000. Our daily figure will shoot up to 30,000 by March.
Yeah, that
You
that's
know?
that's a very crazy number. Again, if we do not control this as quick as possible, yeah, the 30,000 number as what we had previously gotten before will
Yeah.
still be a reality. It will come true because if we do not control this as much as possible, then it's going to be very dangerous. Coming
Right.
back to the PPV, I think why because the government has actually make it a point that there's no more walk-ins because like you and myself, Melvin, we are believers of boosters, we are believers of
Yeah.
vaccine. So do a lot of Malaysians out there. They believe in vaccines as well. And once they said that, oh, okay, boleh go walk in, people just went out and just wanting to get the booster shots as quick as possible because they want to get themselves protected. And unfortunately, I
Yeah.
think the health centers, the health facilities, they did not account to this the situation where there's going to be many people coming down, so they were lack of staff, they were lack of organization, lack of
Mm.
control. They didn't know what to do. I remember when I was looking at Thompson Hospital the other day where I was looking at the people there, it was like seriously macam pasar basah. I tell you, people were everywhere. People yang menjaga orang, the hospital staff, you're talking about nothing more than 10 people, whereas you got 3,000 people in one area wanting to get out, wanting to get the booster. People were shouting, they were lost, they didn't know where to go, they didn't get proper information, and there were almost a lot of fighting, verbal fighting
Yeah.
between the people and the hospital staff. It's just chaos. And it's great
Yes.
that the government has actually promoted to open up back the mega PPVs like what you and I experienced back down in the World Trade Center before. It is definitely a good thing because, again, like it or not, booster shots, you may need to get them every 6 months, every 1 year. We don't know when this is going to end, Melvin.
Yeah, fine. If you remember, our second shot was so smooth. So I
Yeah,
think the booster shots too, because we have these certificates, it's all our information is registered already. It's very fast, you know.
yeah,
But if it's and no appointments, there's no control. So I think people also should not blame the staff or the hospital or the center because it's overloaded. They did not foresee the such
mm,
number of turnout per day. You
yeah.
know, so of course I understand those who are waited. They're also stressed. They need there now there to counsel them.
Yeah,
I've been there to counsel them. You should not do this. Next time.
betul. Yeah, exactly. Sempat dia promote rancangan kita lain. Okay, that's enough of all the topics, but we do want to always highlight on whatever that is happening within our community by using the marvelous and the magical application, which is the
Yeah.
ACTnow mobile community app. Remember, guys, download the ACTnow mobile community app on your Google Play Store as well as your Apple App Store, because the wonderment of this app is just super awesome. You can lodge reports for whatever that's happening in your community very quickly, anonymously as well, for the governing body, whoever it is within your area, for them to actually make sure that the problem is resolved as quick as possible. And one of the things that we want to highlight this time around is this picture that we want to show you of how a situation is around area Selayang Kepong Batu Caves of rubbish. Melvin,
To
rubbish
be,
ni aku tengok rubbish.
to be frank, this kind of scenario it happens everywhere except for the atas tempat. All right. But however, the atas tempat no bus will go there because they have chauffeur driven.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
But this is a
exactly.
very normal, common scenes that you find a lot in our bus stand, taxi stand. So I have to say, but this counselor by name of Chin Ong, do you know that when we receive our reports and when we approve it and we send out our reports, all Aduns in Wilayah is MP, otherwise it's Adun, and even the counselors will be notified as well. But I would say, sad to say, in Malaysia, people, even the MPs or the politicians are doing appointed counselors, no action is taken. I mean, we expect them, but we, out of courteous, we highlight CC our reports to them, the issues. But this particular counselor, Mr. Chin from MP Selayang, I would say I will give him a thumbs up, because most of the time when it happens in his place, we highlight to him, he will take actions as well.
All right.
Right.
Nice.
So that's why he deserves a clapping hand. Mr. Chin, he's a councillor from MP Selayang. When we report this on the 22nd, he also took actions and get it cleaned up and actually notified us on the 29th, within a few days, that he also arranged the relevant departments to clean up the mess.
Yeah.
You see, it's, for this case, it's not just cleaning the mess. It has to have a new bin. I think the bin also is broken.
Yep.
Yeah. So so we do hope we have all Majlis have appointed counselor. A lot. One might just have few appointed counselor for different district. So we actually highlight to them as well. But we hope these counselors, their job is actually not just pick rubbish, but to see what they can help, how they assist in community. We are a big counselor. I mean, in fact, for the whole Malaysia now, our positions, so we need collaborations. We hope the council also have a good lead by Mr. Chin. Is actually a good example. Not many of them. Only few councillors actually, when he received things from us, they also take actions as well.
Yeah. Exactly,
Right.
because that's what the ACTnow Mobile Community app is all about. Because we are connected with 155 local councils, not just in the Klang Valley, but across Malaysia, but across the whole Malaysia as well. So, and furthermore, we are very active. We take your reports very seriously. We'll look at it, we'll assess it, because there are some reports that we are not able to actually bring it up due to some complications, private land, private ownership, so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, we will try to address your concerns as quickly as we possibly can, because we want to make sure that you and your community are in the best situation possible. So just download it, guys. It is very simple on your Google Play Store as well as your Apple App Store. Just download it. It's very simple. And again, your details and your credentials are being kept a secret, confidential, and you will be recognized as anonymous. So jangan risau kalau neighbor you buang sampah, you can just report. Tapi nama you takkan keluar. Jangan risau. Okay. Itu dah saja nak highlightkan the magicness of the ACTnow mobile app. All right, that's all for this Friday's episode. Hope you guys are staying awesome. Hope you guys are always cool like Melvin Lam. Melvin, what's your plan for the weekend? You nak pergi cocok nanti kan?
Yes, this afternoon, this noon after lunch. So I hope that I will stay home. That's for sure. Not to I hope my body can take it. I do have hear from friends, especially age like mine, most of more senior.
Ni kan
It's
macam umur 80 tahun je. Hei kau ni.
they do experience a bit of uneasiness.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We see on Monday. I will tell you how I feel.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And we will also want to hear about your experience going into the health facilities. How was the process was in comparison to our first and second jab before? Then you can
Mm.
share us all your experience on Monday, Melvin. But hopefully you get your jab well and you rest well over the weekend.
All right. Thank
All
you. Thank you.
right.
So I
Thanks,
see
man.
you on
See you.
Monday. Take care.
Exactly. Happy weekend. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Melvin Lam together with me, Adlan, as always, bringing you all of the hottest issues, whatever that needs to be addressed, whatever it is that needs to be highlighted, only on our show, Act Now Hot Issue What's for Lunch, that happens every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. on the official Facebook page of Act Now Trooper. That's it for now. Hope to see you guys back again on Monday. A bit more excitement, a bit more hoo ha, and a bit more hotness when it comes to all the issues that we handle. See you guys. Happy weekend. Bye.